Hey, everybody. This is Carlos and Sandy Lee, and you're listening to the Off Your Flosser podcast. We're here to rock your world.
Thanks for listening, everybody. And go floss yourselves.
Thanks, everybody. Now go floss yourself. It's April 22nd, episode 27.
Episode 27, and we have a
Hi-yo.
special guest.
Yes.
Miss
Caitlin Parsons from San Diego.
Parsons from San Diego, the sunniest place on earth. The weather out there is fantastic. The yogenist.
Yogenist. Oh. Oh, Lord, here we go.
That sounds horrible. Yogenist. What?
Yeah, so it's like the day after Easter.
Yes.
We didn't do it. We went to church, sang our Jesus songs. What's up? And then we went to John's parents' house and, had dinner and stuff. I have to brag on myself because I am not a cook.
Okay.
But I made an amazing vegetable dish. So it had Brussels sprouts, asparagus, zucchini, squash, onions, bacon.
How's that vegetarian?
Oh, no, it's a vegetable dish. I didn't say it was vegetarian. No. Not with the bacon on it.
You lost me at vegetable.
Oh, well. For us people that eat veggies.
I like vegetables. That sounds pretty good. Was it like a casserole type of thing?
Well, sort of. So I tossed all the veggies in avocado oil, and then I sprinkled like salt and pepper, and then I took, they make a gluten-free French onion, those onion crispy things that you can get? French onion things.
Yeah.
So I took those and I put them in the little chopper thing, and I chopped them up to were like crumbs, and I sprinkled that over the top, and then, sprinkled some bacon on top, put it in the oven for... like 20 minutes or whatever. It was pretty dang good.
It sounds good.
If I do, and I just, I kind of just wanged it. I don't follow recipes very well. I wanged it.
Does John know?
Yeah. So let me tell you something about what happened.
That's funny. Not funny?
Does John know what? That I wanged it?
Yeah.
No,
right.
He doesn't mind.
That's so stupid.
I looked up this recipe and I was like, oh, this is going to be good. So I start making it and he goes, oh, you should put bacon in it. Oh, you should do this and blah, blah, blah. And I was like, okay, well, I guess my recipe just goes out the window.
We'll do it your way, John.
Yeah, exactly. And then I was like, well, what do I need to put the oven on? He goes, well, what did your recipe say? And I said, it's not my recipe anymore. I don't know.
Yeah. We're making things up.
Yeah, we're wanging it.
$6.75. That's what we're doing.
Right, yes.
It turned out great. We're putting on self-cleaning,
Yeah.
On broil. Yeah, that sounds good, though. But that's not all you had, though, right? You had other stuff?
No, they had ham. I didn't eat too much ham because most ham has sugar in it. And then I had some carrots. But it was good.
Real quick, before I forget, I was watching... Did I tell you I like to watch YouTube videos on people surviving in the woods?
Yes.
Last night I'm trying to fall asleep, and I couldn't. It was like 2 a.m, and I was wired. My brain was racing. And I go, let me relax by watching some YouTube videos, right? And this guy... He said it was 30 below.
Ugh,
and I don't know what
yucky.
state he was in or how long ago this was, but he pulls up and he has a truck, like an SUV type of thing, and he has his tent, and the tent just pops open, right? And he goes inside the thing, and it looks like a kid's play tent. And then he's got a wood burning stove, and he puts it inside the thing, and it has a little chimney thing that goes out the top. And he brings some wood from home, like in a Tupperware bucket thing, right?
Yeah.
And guess what he used to start the fire?
Freaking Fritos?
The spicy Fritos or Doritos, one of them.
What?
Yeah.
Hey-o.
And I can't remember. I fell asleep eventually. But he started, and it was like real wood, and he used like a little torch thing to start the chips, and that started the rest of the fire.
Oh, my gosh.
It went out in the middle of the night, and he said he was cold to death. He was freezing. But he was cooking on top of the wood stove.
That's amazing. So he saw our show and learned that Fritos burn, and now he's alive because of us. Carlos.
We threw away a second grill last week that was just kind of sitting in the backyard, and my son opens it up, and he goes, what is that? And it's the aluminum foil with the burnt Fritos on it from like 6 months ago.
That's awesome.
So we
That's
wheeled
awesome.
it out to the street, and they took it
And ate them.
because we have to call somebody for them to pick up the big items like that.
The big stuff, yeah.
But yeah, I just thought you might want to know about the Frito survival fire thing.
That's amazing.
Crazy.
And I was eating Fritos earlier today, so I don't think I'm ever gonna die in the woods because like I'll have Fritos all the time.
Yeah, I mean you won't die cold from cold.
Right. Yeah. I'll die from like cholesterol or something.
Have a heart attack.
Oh,
the dog's doing better.
Oh yeah.
They know the wipes.
Hospital. Yeah.
He was passing them though, like all week, dude.
Ugh.
And it made me nervous because like, are they stuck somewhere? You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but he's hanging in there. He's comfortable. He's sleeping. So
yeah.
Wowza. Yeah. So I'm afraid to death now. And I asked my wife, I'm like, do you think, like, remember we asked this question? You think if we fed him one, would he eat it? She goes, oh yeah, and in a second. They just
don't learn.
They're like insane children. You know what I mean? They just whatever, just dangerous kids.
Yeah.
Anyway,
like natural selection right there.
Yeah, but he's hanging in, the son of a gun.
Oh my gosh. Speaking of a heart attack, John's buddy, like he's known him for a really long time. Apparently his dad had a massive heart attack yesterday.
Oh,
just out of the blue. So we thought
Did he not
fine
make
now.
It?
No, he's good. He's good.
Oh.
So we went to visit him today, and he's telling us the story.
You continue. That's the whole story. He had a massive heart attack, but he's fine. Or he's going to be okay. Don't make me ask.
He had a massive heart attack.
I was afraid to ask, Okay.
But, yeah, so, and this guy, like, it's going to take more than a heart attack to get this guy. You know what I mean? Like, that type of person.
Right.
He said stuff like, the worst part of being here is I can't have a beer. And the lady next to me is going, she won't push her nurse button. She just keeps going, help, help. He's telling us the story. He goes, the last few days he's been working in the yard and, just bought a side-by-side. Do you know what a side-by-side is?
Like a little off-road vehicle thing?
Yeah, so he just bought one of those. So they're, like, trying to, clean up trails or whatever.
Those are super cool, though.
Right, yeah. But crazy expensive. Like, they cost more than my Chevy Cruze.
Yeah, they're like $8-9 grand, right?
It is redunculous. Yeah. Not ridiculous, redunculous.
But it's got, like, the little miniature pickup thing in the back?
Yeah, this had, like, a little dump bed. John, like, would love to have one, but he's like, there's no way I'm going to spend almost as much as a car for this little toy.
For that kind of money, you could buy like a beater pickup truck.
Or
like a real pickup truck.
Fritos, Like, spend your money wisely, people. John wants a mini truck. Have you seen those things?
What's a mini truck?
It looks just like a mini truck, and it's like Mitsubishi or some brand like that. It's like this little bitty cab. Like if you're sitting two adults, they'd be like shoulder to shoulder. That's how big the cab is. And then some of them have like this little bitty flatbed back to it or a dump. That sort of thing. He wants one with a dump. And those would cost about the same. He goes, I could take that through the woods. Anyway. Sidetrack. So,
we love our toys,
exactly. Exactly. But so he said, like, for the last few years, he's been, like, getting short of breath and stuff like that. And he said that, so he had a stent put in. Okay. And he said as soon as they woke him up after all that stuff, he goes, I felt a ton better. So this has probably been coming on for years. And he just didn't know it. And then all of a sudden, Easter morning, he said, like, the night before, he was, like, complaining of chest pain and stuff. And his wife was like, you probably just got heartburn. And then he said the next morning, his jaw started to hurt. And, that's, like, not a good sign.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, they
all
got him
the classic signs.
Right, exactly. So they took him to the emergency room in this small town. And the small town was like, no, dude, you're going up north. So he said when he got to the hospital, they were outside waiting for him and, took him back.
What, a couple bypass? Or just a stent?
Just a stent. And he's going to have to get another one. He said probably next week, but he's, like, going to go home tomorrow. Psh,
That's crazy.
I know. And this guy, like, he doesn't smoke or anything, but he said, like, heart disease runs in his family.
Sure.
He's, he's a drinker, but, that's small town living right there.
Well, you don't trust a guy who doesn't have one every once in a while.
Right. And he's like, why do I need blood thinners? Alcohol thins your blood.
Just
No, he didn't say
double
that.
down on the whiskey. You know?
Right? Yeah, yeah.
Unbelievable.
That's
Well, I'm
true.
glad he's doing all right, though. It sounds like
Yeah,
the guy's
us
in
too.
fantastic spirits, man.
Yeah,
You know?
he's a man. He's a whopper. Like, he just loves life. Funny guy. So yeah, we're happy he made it too. I just thought
Good.
that was funny.
Yeah.
He's a jokester.
That's
So
scary.
he had us laughing. Oh yeah,
That's
oh yeah. When
scary.
we saw it, the first time we knew what was going on, John's buddy's sister posted it on Facebook for prayers and stuff. So I was like, oh man. But
Hey,
anyway,
what episode is this again?
27.
27. Jeez.
Yeah,
That's right,
we're
because
getting
26 is half a year, man.
Oh yeah.
Right?
Yeah. Yeah. We've been doing it
Dude.
since November, December, January, February, March, April. Hey.
You know who I talked to tonight?
Who's that?
Dr. Howard Ferran.
Oh yeah, he's pretty popular. Like, you see his name.
Yeah,
all
I
the
was on
time.
his. He interviewed me for his podcast.
Heyo.
He saw me and Katrina,
Wine Jenna.
the wine genist, and he came out to the event that we did in
Yeah.
Phoenix together. I didn't know, but he did comedy. He did some stand up. He said he worked
Yeah?
in all the clubs and
Awesome.
the guy's a character though, man.
Oh yeah, I bet.
Yeah, and I think we kind of hit it off because he liked my style. It's different
Yeah.
for a CE, and I think that he's like,
Yeah.
attendance is going down. You know why? Because you got a politician talking. He goes, how about we hire this guy? And I'm like, yeah, way to go.
Exactly.
Dr. Ferran, he goes, it's Howard.
Yeah.
And I'm like, okay, thank you, Doc. I can't,
Thank you.
Dr. Howard, But so that was fun. That was a lot of
Yeah.
fun.
That's awesome.
I worked at the club this weekend. That was weird.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
The strip
Easter
club?
weekend? No, the comedy club.
Oh.
Yeah,
bad.
you
I
never
thought you
know.
were wearing your spandex.
You never know, right? No, man. But it was weird because the audiences were moderate.
Yeah.
And then the late one on Saturday was smallish, but chatty as all get outs. And then it was mainly one table in the back. And they were in the midst of a conversation. And I'm like, look, they can hear you.
While you're doing a show?
Yeah. Just, if you want
Rude.
to talk, go into the restaurant and just do your thing over
Yeah.
there. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Anyway.
Yeah.
So it got a little awkward.
You should have sassed him.
Got a little awkward.
Why did you just stop and stare at him until
I
they
didn't.
shut up?
But the headliner and one of the ladies, ironically, got into a little disagreement, a little discussion.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Some words were said.
Sassafras.
Yeah, and then she was interrupting the whole show, and everybody was like, "Can we get her kicked out of here? I mean,
Get your ass out of here.
What are we doing?" So it was just weird, and you hate to see that because you don't want to kick anybody out, but
Right.
you got to shut up during a performance. You know what I mean?
Right. Yeah.
Anyway.
It's like people on their cell phones in the movies. Like, y'all need to get out.
And speaking
Yeah.
of movies, Avengers on Thursday.
Did you see it? Or
No,
you're about
it's coming out. It's coming out Thursday.
Ah, nice.
Yeah.
Nice.
I got the 3D tickets.
Oh yeah, you told me about that. It's all sold out except for the 3D one.
Yeah, for the super expensive. You want to drop $20 a ticket?
It's
I mean,
$45 a ticket. But
I gotta go just because I know people are gonna ruin it for me. So I want to catch it the first night. You know what I mean? Plus,
Yeah,
I've
yeah,
been
no
waiting to hear.
spoilers.
So my son and I we're both a little geeked up. I might be a little bit more than he is, if we're being 100% honest. I might be a little bit more excited than he is, but
just a little.
yeah, it's gonna be fun though.
So you know what movie that I just saw on
No.
Blu-ray, DVD, whatever. Bumblebee. Have you seen that?
I saw it on a flight recently.
So here's what happened. My friend bought the the Bumblebee movie where you get the DVD, the Blu-ray, and all the digital copy, blah blah blah. She's like, "Oh, I don't have a Blu-ray, so you can have this." And I was like, "Okay, this sounds good to me." So we were watching it at her house because her son loves it. I fell asleep probably like, I don't know, 25, 30 minutes into it. So we go back home. We start watching it because normally, like, I get my second wind and I'll be up for a while. I put it in there, I start watching it, and I fall asleep. So I still have not seen all of Bumblebee yet. But what I have seen is pretty good. Pretty good. I like it. I like it a lot. I love Bumblebee.
He's probably the coolest one.
Yeah.
Yeah,
and it shows, like, what happened to his voice and stuff.
Optimus Prime looks a little like a little spindly. I don't know why he's the leader. His arms and his shoulders look like they're about to fall off. You know what I mean?
And he can't bend his elbows.
Yeah,
He's like, hey, I'm Optimus Prime.
Optimus Prime.
I love his voice, though. Oh,
Yeah.
my gosh. Like, hello. But yeah, I'm a big fan of all the Transformer movies so far, so.
Even the ones with Marky Mark?
Oh, yeah. Yeah. I like, what's his name? Shia LaBeouf? Yeah, that guy.
Yeah.
I like him, but then I saw, I don't know, it was one of
a little
those.
overacted.
Yeah, I know, but, it's Transformers, so what do you expect?
Yeah, you want reality?
Right. I want everything real metal, and I want it to actually sound like that. Like the Transformer sounds. Anyway.
So what about Shia LaBeouf? What were you saying?
Oh, I think was he watching himself in his movies, and he was like recording all these reactions and stuff. I don't know. He just got kind of weird.
He did.
And so yeah, not so impressed anymore. But
although
Mark Wahlberg, I mean, he's cool. He's cool.
I think Mark Wahlberg is he's hard not to like.
Oh yeah, I would agree. Did you see Four Brothers?
Dude, it's one of my favorite movies.
What?
Yeah.
Yeah, that was a good one.
He was a bit of a
really good.
Bit of a badass in that one.
He is.
That was, but they killed Jackie in the street at the end of the thing, right? They
yeah,
kill him, or they just shot him.
I have to watch it again. It's been a while. I need to watch it again. You know what else is a good movie? Freaking Lawless.
Which one was that one?
That was when they made like whiskey stills and stuff, and they slit his throat, and he still lived and stuff.
Oh yeah. Tom Hardy, right?
Yes, Tom Hardy.
You remember one of the sheriffs that was in that movie is a guy now. His name is Ricky Muse. He's an actor.
Oh.
Yeah, he's he's a retired cop, I think.
Oh, really?
And he looks like a retired cop. Did you see the movie Tammy with was it Melissa McCarthy?
Melissa McCarthy.
Remember when she got arrested?
Yeah, but I don't remember that.
Anyway, well, this guy,
faces.
Ricky Muse, and he looks like a stern cop. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But he was in that Lawless. He was in that one with Melissa
McCarthy.
Yeah, and he gets these cool little roles here and there because he looks the part. You know what I mean?
Right. Yeah.
Yeah.
Man, those are some
cool.
Good movies. Man.
Fun stuff.
So my favorite movie for a while, I don't know why we're talking about movies all the time, but my favorite movie for a while was...
They're awesome.
That's true. That's definitely true. Was The Martian. Did you see that?
With Jason Bourne?
Yes. And oh my gosh. So I'm sitting there in the theater, not even halfway through the movie, and I'm like, in my head, I'm going, I'm buying this. I am buying this when it comes out.
The Martian was awesome.
It was.
Yeah.
The book is even better, of course,
Right. You know what movie I caught the other day?
What's that?
I think it was called Interstellar.
Oh, yeah, with Matthew McConaughey.
Okay, no, that one kind of made me sad. But the other one, the one where Gravity with Sandra Bullock. And God, not Brad Pitt, but the other one, George Clooney.
Yes, George Clooney, yeah.
Dude, the odds of her being able to fly through space and getting that thing as it's falling apart and she's crashing to Earth, just that movie just stressed me out so horribly,
I need to see it again because I don't remember. It's been a long time since I've seen that.
It was so stressful.
Yeah.
But it was good.
You're like on the edge of your seat and stuff. That's what movies are supposed to do. You know?
Yeah.
It's awesome. All right, well, that was your 20-minute movie review with Carlos and Sandy.
I know. Movies that don't have anything to do with each other.
Oh, my God. So the other day, John and I work at the same place. Not that has anything to do with what I'm about to say, but just so everybody knows, we work at the same place. So he's the courier. We have like 17 locations, so he goes around to all the locations and delivers mail and stuff. So he's like the mailman. Anyway.
Does it ring twice?
Totally not. Do what? Oh yes, he always comes back to make sure his package is delivered. So our the office that we work for, they give us every fiscal year they give us $60 towards physical health. So I had bought a pair of like running shoes, but that was only $40. So I'm sitting here going, "Oh, I got $20 left." So I signed up for this. It was a 3-class special for this martial arts school place. So I'm getting on there and I'm like, oh, I'm going to pick this class. And it's like Jeet Kune Do, like Bruce Lee, you know, stuff. And then I call her up to make sure when the classes are and stuff. Well, I show up for this class and it was Good Friday. So she was like, oh, well, this instructor canceled the class, but we have this class coming up. It was a kickboxing class. I've never done kickboxing. I did martial arts for years. They're very different, I found out.
Really?
Yeah. But anyway, so I'm glad I didn't get the class I had intended because it was a knife and stick fighting class. I was like, are you kidding me? That's not what I wanted. I mean, you might have liked it with your hunting knife and your Rambo knife and stuff, but but it was not for me.
Stick so anyways, and knife. What are you, an assassin now? Well, you always did want to be a mercenary.
I did, yeah. So maybe I'll go back and try it, and then I'll kill everybody in the class and be like, I am the champion.
You know, I think the first time I got racked across the knuckles, I'm walking out.
Yeah.
I'm done.
Ouch. Yeah, like
I need my hands.
Yeah. In any martial arts montage where they're training, they get smacked in the knuckles or the shin or something like that. And so this kickboxing class, I was like, okay, so it's not like Muay Thai stuff where you're like kicking me in the shins, right? And she was like, oh no, it's nothing like that because I am not getting kicked in the shins. Sorry, not gonna happen. It hurts. I was like, so it's not like blood sport or anything.
It looks like it hurts.
No glass in your knuckles with the double-sided tape or nothing like that. Yeah. Okay, good. But I'm just tell you, you know, I guess I haven't done this in such a long time. My endurance was like nothing. You know, I'm got my hands up in my fighting stance, and I'm like got these gloves on, and the other guy has the pads on, and I'm like punching and stuff. And like 10 seconds later, I'm like laying down on the mat, dying because I can't breathe.
You might need to go a little bit. You might want to pace yourself.
Right. Yeah. So I'm pretty hardcore. I think I exhausted everything I had within those first 20 minutes of the class, but I made it through. And immediately after, like the next morning, I'm like, there's no way that I'm gonna get out of bed and not break something. Like my muscles will tear apart or something. But I was fine the next day. I was fine. And then the next day, I was like, where's the truck that run me over?
Yeah, there's like a 24-hour delay. So you get out and monkey around and do some more dumb stuff.
Right.
And then you're double dipped, you know.
You're double dipped and you're double screwed. So
I'll tell you this. I have a pretty decent sized yard, right? We live on the corner.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And I have it's not a push mower, but it's a self-propelled. You kind of walk behind it, right? Well, the little self-propel mechanism, belt, slip, I don't know what's going on, but the wheels aren't moving the lawnmower. So it's like 100 pounds. I don't know if it's 100, but it feels like it's 100. And my yard isn't perfectly flat. There's like a little angle, a couple different, angles. Yeah. And to come up the little hill, I just had to lock arms and just kind of man it up the hill.
Ugh. Yeah.
By the end of the thing, I was like, Jesus Christ, why am I just so exhausted? I'm like, I'm fixing this belt thing, dude. Because, I mean,
immediately.
Because, like, if you buy one of those little cheapo lawnmowers that you just push, it weighs nothing.
Yeah.
Because they know
it's
that
cheap.
you're pushing it, But
right.
But when they add that transmission and all that other crap, it's just bigger and heavier. And that thing almost killed me. And I was like, I can't believe I'm this sore from mowing the lawn. I'm like, what's going on? I mean, it's not horrible, but I can feel it. I was like, this is not how it's supposed to work. You know what I mean?
You're using all them muscles that apparently the lawnmower found for you.
Because I got bushes that I got to go in back and forth a couple times. You know what I mean? And go around things.
Yeah.
And it was just way more work than it should have been. But
Oh yeah.
But anyway,
that's called adulting. Don't like it.
That's right. Well, anyway, listen, we got to get Miss Caitlin Parsons on the line.
Yes.
And listen to what she's got to talk about. What's her deal? What does she do?
She's the yoga genist. No, she's a dental hygienist, but she's also a yoga therapist, which means she basically it's above and beyond a regular like yoga class. So she will kind of
targeted
scope you out. Yes, very targeted, like she'll figure out what your needs are and cater to your needs, which, usually you just jump in a yoga class, you're just following along with everybody else.
I think her website's healerswithin.com.
Yes.
Healerswithin.com. And that almost sounds a little religious.
Yeah. Spiritual
You
healers.com.
know?
No, just kidding.
And her Facebook group is Foundation to Freedom.
Yeah. So she'll talk a little bit about that, I'm sure. And then
get your core and your foundation right so you can do your job effectively.
Work your core.
Yeah. Well, she seems real friendly, so we'll see how that goes. Yeah. But let's get to it. What do you think?
Yeah, let's do it. And then
episode 27, Caitlin Parsons.
Yeah. And if
I'm
you
Sandy.
guys need to...
She's Carlos.
Yeah, I'm Carlos. She's Sandy. And if you guys need to get a hold of us, it's offyourflosser@gmail.com. And, if you want to be a person on our show,
yes,
on the podcast, and you've got some special talent other than, like, rolling your tongue, because lots of people can do that. Come on now. Yeah. Step it up a notch. But, yeah, if you'd like to... yeah, if you cannot juggle, do not apply. But call us, email us, find us on Facebook, offyourflosser@gmail.com, offyourflosser podcast, and then our phone number, Carlos.
256-743-5677. Leave a text or a message. It goes to my phone, but it doesn't ring. So leave a message. Leave a funny message,
Yeah. If you're listening to this right now, you know the number. You better freaking just text us and be like, hey, what's up? I almost hope
somebody just calls, and when the message comes on, they go floss yourself, and then hang up. I kind of want that. So somebody please do that for next week.
Yeah.
I'm tired of having a hotline that nobody calls, which is ridiculous.
I'm talking to you, punk. Listen. No, I'm just kidding. Not punk. Thank you for listening.
Yeah. But I just real quick before we get Caitlin on it, because I know she's got something to do after this, but I don't know seriously what our listenership is, but we're always trying to expand. We're always trying to get bigger. But there's a ton of people out there that are hygienists that are doing different things that are assisting anybody in that listens to us. If you have a side business or something, a message that you need to get out, or give us a call. Send us an email, and we'd love to interview you, because we're always looking for fun and interesting guests. We've had mediums. We had a disclosing toothpaste guy, Ian Miller, and the wine hygienist, Katrina Sanders, Elijah Desmond. Just
Heck yeah.
Yeah. So please, you just give us a call and see if we can't.
We want you. Like that poster says, we want you on our show.
And it's all unorthodox stuff. A medium.
Yeah.
Yoga person.
Yeah. All this craziness, because we like crazy.
There's got to be somebody out there that does tattooing, or has some wild business where they bake tooth-shaped cookies or whatever. I don't know.
Or you're an acrobat and you fly through the air at circuses. We don't care.
Yeah.
Or you're a honey badger. Honey badger don't care.
Howard Ferran goes, I'm looking at your podcast here, and he goes, what did he say? He goes, it said on the thing, he's reading the description.
Yeah.
He goes, it says here that we talk about criminal family antics at Walmart, dogs eating things they shouldn't, and then we're going on, and it ends with honey badgers. He goes, now is any of that dental related? I'm like, no, not really. it has nothing to do with dental. It's so stupid. But you don't come here for quality information. You come here for entertainment.
Right.
So.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, so if you don't like it, go floss yourself,
Go floss yourself, and then go find, seriously though, if you are looking for educational quality podcasting, A Tale of Two Hygienists is a very awesome podcast. But you will not find educational stuff here unless we accidentally educate you.
Yeah.
Accidentally.
Unintentionally.
Yes, strictly unintentional.
But we like Beyond the Prophy too with... Jasmine Haley.
Jasmine Haley.
Those guys, yeah. So.
Heyo.
Yeah,
we need to get her on the show too. Sup now?
Yeah. Because I talked to her and she's like, yeah, I'd love to. So we got to get her on here. She's super cool. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
I met her in person, and she's a lot a lot of niceness all up in a nice little package.
Yeah,
She's
it's just
awesome.
super, super friendly, and she has that smile that makes you want to. You're like, oh my god, I probably should smile too, because
Yeah.
I don't want to look like an
She's
angry
smiling at
person.
me.
I know, right? But
Yeah.
all right, guys, buckle up. Episode 27, Caitlin Parsons. Sandy,
Yep.
last words before we get to it.
Go floss yourselves.
Yeah, that's pretty much it. Feel the same way. What's that word? Ditto, right?
Ditto.
What was
The
that?
Ghost
The
movie.
Ghost,
yeah.
Okay.
Ditto.
Yeah. It's coming full
All right.
circle, folks. All right, here we go.
Here's Caitlin Parsons.
Coming right up. Thank you, guys.
Sweet.
Everything's good. All systems are checked. Hey, so how are you?
Ready for takeoff.
Yes, ready for takeoff.
Good. How are you guys?
Good.
My name is Caitlin Parsons. Love introducing myself, right? My name is Caitlin Parsons. I'm a dental hygienist. I've been a hygienist for, I don't know, over 10 years, 11 years. I love it. I work in a private practice. I live in San Diego. I'm actually originally from the East Coast, originally from Boston.
Wow.
And yeah, I know, quite the weather change from Boston to San Diego. Loving it.
I bet.
But yeah, I became a yoga therapist. So now I kind of do a little bit of both yoga therapy and dental hygiene still.
That's awesome.
Interesting.
So it's pretty cool that you're kind of, the inside scoop to what hygienists go through so you can fix us, right?
I'll fix everyone. Yeah. And a big part of like why I became a yoga therapist and why I'm such a geek about like the body and anatomy and posture is because I've had awful posture when I was younger, but also so much pain from a car accident when I was younger. But when I first became a hygienist, I had pain everywhere. So yeah, that's my thing.
Yeah. So now you're the yoga genist. Did I just make that
I
up?
like it.
Hey-o. So
Yoga
I'm sorry, I've got
genius.
some
I don't know.
sinus crap going on. I guess it's allergies. I don't know. Does yoga help with that?
I haven't figured it out.
What is it that you do specifically? What would you do? You would just analyze what's wrong, or?
So I've been working one-on-one with clients either online and in person for a few years now, and specializing in pain and anatomy and kind of realigning people. And more recently made a program for hygienists specifically. So it's all online. It's a 3-month program. And it really brings people from like the basic of like never having done yoga for a lot of people, and really learning like the basics of our posture and our alignment and how to be aware of that, and slowly just building strength and improving our posture, improving mobility. So it's part yoga therapy, really, really gentle, and then building more strength. And then part of it's just education on, my jam is kind of looking at people's bodies and listening to what's going on with like pain or whatever. And just kind of adjusting or making adjustments or recommendations and seeing what feels good. Because for so much of our pain, I feel like as hygienists, or just as humans, really, people that sit all day, a lot of it's because we were doing weird stuff with our body, right? Especially as hygienists, we're like hunching over, we're reaching oddly, our elbows are out. We're doing all this crazy stuff that we don't really think unless we're in pain.
Wow, because I'm in pain constantly.
Yeah, where?
Just mostly my lower back on the right hand side, and I don't know. It's because of the way I sit in a weird, and I lean, I don't move the patient around. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. I think we all do that. Yeah, I need something. I need an inversion table, something.
I feel like the biggest thing we all need is like movement in general, like getting circulation everywhere, and then learning how to sit right, really, and not take the shortcuts, which I still do. And then just building strength, like core strength is huge for low back pain. But another common one is just like improving circulation in our body, especially our lower body, like our legs. When the backs of our legs get super tight, they can actually cause or worsen low back pain just by having tight hamstrings.
Yes.
Yeah.
I was having some really bad lower back pain, and I was like, oh my gosh, like, am I just getting old? And I don't do much clinical anymore. So I was like, what the heck's going on? So I went to my chiropractor and he was like, well, let's see how tight your hamstrings are. And all right. And like, they were horrible. He goes, you need to start stretching. And I was like, okay. Here's the thing. Like, so he stretched me out there. And then when I got home, like every other day, I'll stretch my hamstrings out. And I have not had back pain since. So I'm like, I guess he knew what he was talking about.
Okay.
Yeah, it can be as simple as that, but I feel like I keep saying that. The biggest thing is everything. But for hygienists, we do like the one-sided lean, and that is so hard for our back and our spine because half of our muscles are doing one thing, overcompensating, right? Working so hard, super tight, and the other ones are just like not doing anything and weak and tight So
yes, we're very
every time you say the word posture, I want to sit up a little bit straighter.
I don't.
I go right back to the slouch.
Every time I go near people. Yeah.
I'm slouching.
Every time I go near people, they're like, okay, sitting up taller.
Yeah. You know, it's funny because we all learned this stuff in school. Like, you want to sit at the right time. And for those of you who don't know dental hygiene, we sit and like it's a formation of a clock. So if I'm a lefty, then I'm going to be sitting at like, 9 o'clock, 10 o'clock, that sort of thing. Right-handies, or do I have that backwards? Are sitting at like 1, 2, and 3. I might have it backwards. So we've learned that, and then how to position your legs, your back, like positioning your patient. So everything should be optimal for the best ergonomics. However, in the real world, some people have 30 minutes, 45 minutes, and to find the sweet spot where you're supposed to be with your patient, half your appointment's over. So it's like,
or they can barely open their mouth.
Yes. Yeah. And you're like slouched over trying to do everything perfectly. The mirror's positioned where it needs to be. The patient's opening wide enough. Like all these things have to be perfect for us to get that perfect ergonomic position. And that rarely happens. I mean, I don't know. For me, it's rare. Do you find that most hygienists do not sit correctly?
I'm that creepy person that like I'll be at a coffee shop or I'll be on a run or a walk and I'm like analyzing how everyone moves. That's just kind of like something that really intrigues me. So I walk around my office, any office that I go to, and I'd say most of the time people are not in correct alignment. And one thing I see all the time, especially as women hygienist, is crossing the legs, which when you cross the legs, your back goes out of alignment. And I'm guilty of that myself.
Oh, me too.
But the more I'm like it's so easy. I'm just used to it. But the more I talk to hygienists, the more I'm realizing like 90% of us are in pain. That's a lot.
Mm-hmm.
That's crazy. And a lot of it's ergonomics for sure.
Right. And what other professions is that high of percentage? Are people in pain? Like, anybody, I guess, who sits cockeyed, and slouches and has to like turn their neck to see things. I mean, I think, all the articles that we read, it says that hygienists are, at the top of the list for like those musculoskeletal issues. Dental hygienists. Yeah, we're number one.
Yay. I feel like it's anyone that sits.
I'm saying I have friends that have had neck surgeries and wrist and back and all kinds of stuff. And knock on wood, I've been lucky, but this job, it's tough on the body. Oh, tell us about your program. Where can we find that?
Yeah, I'd love to do both. So what can you... I've written like a few blog posts on this, like what are the main things hygienists can focus on, or like what are the main things that are important when we're sitting to be mindful of. One is most people just like their chin is just jutting out super far forward. That adds pressure to the spine and then just is not good for your neck, not good for your whole spine. Another one is like slouchy shoulders or hiking them up towards the ears. I know, I'm guilty of it all. The elbows is a big one because anytime you're bringing the elbows out to the side, your shoulders are hiking up, you're adding weight to the body. It's, not necessarily effective and really, really tough. Yes, exactly.
The chicken wing. Back.
Yeah.
But what if you're dancing? Is that with
dancing's one thing.
When you
You're flossing,
Yeah. Sorry.
With your program, can you give us just like a brief overview of what that is and how do they access that program?
So, of course, I'm in the middle of like redoing my website, but you can reach out to me. My website is healerswithin.com. So everything's on there. I have like a information page, but essentially it's a 3-month program that I consider pretty comprehensive. So every week you get a new therapeutic yoga practice, and they range from like 20 minutes. I try and make them like really accessible, where, I mean, not all of us have an hour and a half every day to practice. So I'm trying to give you like the most bang for your buck, essentially. I know hygienists like that. But yeah, so it's every week you get a new therapeutic practice. And every week is a different area we focus on. So week 1 is the neck and the shoulders, the head. Week 2 is mid back, low back. The next week is hips, and then like lower body. So that's kind of the same for every month, but every month they just build off of the last one. So it kind of gives you, it slowly kind of integrates together, but starting really slowly and simply to like, okay, what are the areas in your shoulders that are tight or you need to work on strengthening? And slowly kind of building that in. And all of the practices, you actually get all of the content in general, you get access to forever. So it's kind of like an unlimited library of all of these practices.
So if somebody signs up once, they can go back and review something and stay on top of it.
All the time.
Very cool.
Yep. And
then, sorry.
No, I'm just so excited too. I lost my train of thought. So excited. Yeah, so all of that content. And so we just started the first round actually in March, and everyone's just really enjoying it, getting a lot out of it. As I'm kind of going, and people are, a lot of people have carpal tunnel stuff. A lot of like I've created separate videos based on people that are in the program and what they need. So I'm kind of just building a huge library of all these practices that people can learn from and all of this. So in addition to the yoga practices, you get monthly 3 one-on-one sessions with me. So it's a video call, kind of like we're doing. And it's just a way for me to kind of look at what's going on in your alignment, your posture, your pain, and figure out some things that they need to focus on that month, or to start with, to slowly build their posture and get better posture and decrease their pain. And like I said before, that's kind of my jam, my magic. Like I love helping people with that. And then there's a bunch of other stuff. I created a webinar on posture for them. I created a webinar on stress management in and out of the office, self-care, because I think all hygienists need a little more self-care.
Yeah, we don't do enough, I don't think.
Totally.
No.
Yeah, and we like give so much and do so much and talk so much. It's like, so my thing is I want to make it super easy, super short and sweet and simple. So that anyone can pick this up and just start taking care of themselves a little bit better.
It ages you a little bit, because I'm 26, and look at this.
Yeah, he looks like crap.
I'm kidding. I'm almost 50, but but I don't know seriously like how much longer I could do it at a high level. Some days I'm okay with the lower back thing, but other days it's just, I don't know if it's sciatic. I don't know what's going on. I need medical intervention probably. Or
you need her 3-month program, Carlos.
I don't know. I need about.
So after
I'll just take a look and let you know.
At the end of this 3-month, what belt are they?
Ooh, they're like rainbow belt.
Yeah.
Oh, beautiful, wonderful.
Some of us start
so
there.
I did.
Yeah, there we go.
I did a poll in our group, Lighthearted RDH, and I asked people just a general question about yoga. I said, do you do yoga regularly, specifically for your career? And then the options I gave them was, yes, I need it as an RDH, or registered dental hygienist. The other option was, I do it, but I would do it no matter what. The other option, I don't do yoga. And then the last one, I said, I do yoga to be flexible for my significant other. Okay, stop it. We don't want to know. So, I mean, in just an hour of that poll, we had 5 people that say they do it, and specifically for hygiene. 8 people said that they do it. They would do it no matter what. And I figured that would probably be the biggest group. But I don't do yoga. It's the biggest group at 20. And then 2 people said they do it for their significant others. So, and then I was like, okay, time out.
Yeah.
But yeah, so
Gotta go.
I figured the 20 that don't do yoga, what's the best way to get into it? Say they're not quite ready to jump in both feet in a 3-month program, but they are interested. They are curious. What do you think they should do?
So many answers to this question. So first I want to address that like yoga is such a big thing and there's so many different types of yoga. So some people come to me and they're like, yeah, I've tried yoga. It's like really hard on the body.
Yeah.
The type of yoga that I do is very, very different. You're not like on your hands the whole time. You're not doing all these downward dogs.
'Cause it's tough on the wrists, right?
So tough on the wrist. And if you don't have good alignment to start with, you can get injured. You can just have pain. It can worsen your pain. Like I started yoga as a hygienist and I was like, am I doing it right? And my shoulders were like my earrings and it was awful. So I think going with someone that knows what they're doing. So I recommend yoga therapy, something more gentle to start with so that you can kind of get an idea, but with an experienced teacher that understands anatomy, and especially someone like Janice does, I can imagine what that does to your body. Let's help support you in your alignment to not get injured or not get worse or not feel worse. That being said, there's a lot of stuff online. I know Yoga with Adrienne has a YouTube channel a lot of people like. I've listened to her a few times. I like her. I have the worst YouTube channel ever with like 7 videos and I got over it. But I do have also a Facebook group. It's called Foundation to Freedom, where I do like little 5 exercises for low back pain videos, or I'll write a blog. I'm kind of trying to see like what people like and what their
What's the name of that again?
Is. Called Foundation to Freedom. That's actually what my program is called too, so it's a little confusing. But that's my Facebook group. Frida, any hygienist that can join or wants to join. And I share, all my goods on there.
Yeah, and you can share that in the lighthearted group, because I know there would probably be a lot of people that would like to kind of look into it and see what it's all about. So feel free to post that in the group and let them know that you're on the podcast. So if they want to get to know you a little bit better, you're right here.
I'm here.
So Caitlin,
but I'd also say that. So oh, go ahead. Sorry.
Oh no, go ahead. You can finish.
It's your show, Caitlin. Yeah,
Foundation to Freedom, like
it's all you, girl.
Just me. I was just going to say that even if you haven't done yoga, if you feel like you're not in shape, if you feel like I went to yoga once and it was super hard, hurt my wrists, like this program can still be for you. If you're not like wanting to do it investment wise or time wise, energy wise, like that's a whole different story. There's stuff online. There's obviously in-person classes, but it's pretty basic. We start, most of it's on the back, so most people can do anything. So there is, it's for anyone.
Lots of options then. That's good.
Options.
So we didn't tell you in the beginning of this that we call this the TMI section of our podcast, and that stands for 20-minute interview. Yay. And we do a speed round, which are just random crazy questions. It helps people get to know who you are, especially if they're interested in working with you. It would help to have some sort of, maybe one of these questions will be the exact same answer that they would have said, and they'll just, be like, hey, I wanted to fly too,
Ooh.
Now, just real quick, dumb question, right? Can you do yoga in like just regular gym clothes, or do you need to have spandex? Because me and spandex really don't.
Lululemon.
Oh no!
Don't see eye to eye.
You need to have the most expensive yoga pants you can find in the tightest.
And it has to be
That's all.
Carlos.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Yeah.
So,
and you have to do it in front of a mirror.
I'll pretty much be doing it alone forever.
Yeah.
You have to do hot yoga with everybody like watching you in your space.
Now, how hot is hot yoga? Do you know?
Oh my God, I don't know. I've never taught hot yoga, but I think it's like It's very hot, to the point where the first class I went to was Bikram, which is a style of hot yoga, but they don't even let you leave. But it's over 90 degrees in there, but they won't let you're going to die. I'm like, is this torture?
It's
I
hard
don't even
enough
get it.
without it, without the sauna.
Yeah.
Okay.
Totally.
Yeah.
Okay.
You look like a raisin because everything's gone, shriveled up.
You're just pruned out. Yeah.
Yeah. Or does the spandex hold everything in place? I mean, maybe that's why they
Ooh.
wear spandex.
Some things are better off left
Right.
unexplored,
Do
It's a
not
weird vision. It's a weird vision.
do not use your imagination.
We know you got a boogie, so
Yeah,
if
so
you're ready,
we've got-
we can come at you.
I'm good. I have a few minutes.
Okay.
Yeah, we've got.
I thought you meant literally boogie.
We do that too.
Okay.
So this is called the speed round, and it's just 10 questions, but you have to answer them as quickly as possible so we know you're not lying.
Okay.
Is that fair?
No pressure.
No pressure.
Yeah.
No pressure. These are very, very simple. So are you ready?
I think my connection's bad. I gotta go. No.
I
I'm all ready.
can't see you anymore.
She's like, hello? Hello? Is this thing on? Hello?
Okay. Question number 1. For traveling, plane, train, or automobile?
Ooh, what came up first is plane, but I love road trips too. Oh, I have to pick one. I guess I'd say road trip, but I said plane first. So
road trip. And then also traveling out of the state or out of the country?
out of state.
Favorite band?
Grateful Dead.
Oh, really?
I haven't
All
listened to them in a
right.
while.
Classic.
I'm a little hippie at heart. I wouldn't say they're my favorite, but that just came out.
She does yoga.
hug trees and stuff.
It kind of makes sense.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I said
guess.
rainbows earlier.
Yes, you did. Okay. You only get one food forever. What food is it?
Ooh, pho.
Pho? Carlos, we were just
I just
talking
had
about
it, so I
that.
said it.
And I said, what the fuck?
Hate it or love
Yeah.
it? What the fuck is that?
I've never had it. So, Carlos, was it
Yeah.
good? Pho 20 pho?
Yeah. Faux 20 faux. Yeah. You gotta listen to the last
Uh,
episode for that to make sense.
Yeah. You have to be in the in crowd to get that one. Okay. Household appliance you cannot live without.
Oven?
Oven. Oh, okay. You home cook a
Is
lot?
that an appliance? I don't know why.
Yeah, I would, yeah.
Yeah,
I would
I
say
cook
that.
a
It's in the
lot.
appliance
Do ya?
section.
I don't cook pho, but I mean,
You know.
yeah. I don't have a dishwasher. I'm the dishwasher, so.
Oh, yeah. What's your
I know.
favorite
I rent,
rom?
that's why.
What's your favorite?
I have no idea what's going on right now.
The timing is perfect.
You know?
What is your favorite rom-com?
Ooh, Friends?
Friends? Does that count? I guess.
Oh, wait, rom-com
Yes.
movie. Sorry. That doesn't really count. Ooh.
I was gonna let it slide, but yeah.
I'm so. All right. Let's slide. Because I can't think of one.
We'll go with Friends.
What was your favorite job before hygiene?
I'd say being a yoga therapist, so after hygiene. I worked at
I knew you were
Panera
gonna
Bread
say that.
before,
Yeah.
so it was only going up from hygiene. Or
Yes.
after or before hygiene. Yeah.
Yes.
Not a big Panini fan.
She doesn't like.
I mean,
makeup.
just like I worked there for 7 years too. Like, who does that?
Wow.
Even when I became a hygienist, I still pretended I was going to work there a day a week, and then I did for like a month, and I was like, no.
What am I doing?
Like what am I doing?
I make like
Like-
$12 an hour.
You don't look like you're a big bread fan, though. Am I judging right now, or
You're
Why?
judging, Carlos.
Why?
So you like bread? Is that what
I
you
do
say?
like bread.
yeah,
I love
Oh,
bread.
dude.
I just don't eat it anymore.
I can live on bread? I think.
Hell yeah! There's a restaurant here. They serve like focaccia bread as your like
Excuse me,
pre-meal free
miss.
bread.
Watch your mouth, please.
Focaccia. Get the focaccia out of here.
Oh my God.
Anyway, but yeah, and oh my gosh, it was amazing, and I would chow down on it. But now I don't eat bread, so I'm like, I sit there and watch everybody else eat it, and I was like, can I just smell it?
That's
Can I touch it?
that's brutal.
Okay, let me eat my grapes
Totally.
here. Okay, so pick a superpower.
Ooh, seeing into the future.
Oh, Ooh.
We had a medium on the show
Or
not
like,
too
I
long
think
ago.
I would create the future, but I actually have that episode downloaded, but I haven't listened.
It's pretty awesome.
It's pretty good, yeah. And let me tell you, behind the scenes, we should add like behind the scenes information, Carlos. But
Yeah.
some of the stuff she said, like Carlos had to like cover up the camera because he was getting a little sniffly eyed. I just made that up, but you know, it was a little sniffly eyed.
Yeah, it was weird and how accurate she was. But anyway, yeah, we're not gonna ruin the episode for you.
It's one of those things like, so you record it and then you go back and think about some of the stuff. Because at the time, like when Jessica did mine, she said something about the number 6. And I was like, Mom, like, how much did I weigh when I was born? And she goes, I don't know, you're like 7 pounds or whatever. And I said, because she said the number 6. And she goes, well, your birthday's on the 6th. And I was like, son of a gun, like, duh, hello. And then she said something about a silver medallion necklace, and then I found out that my grandma had a silver locket that she wore. But anyway, so yeah, you should totally listen to the episode and then get in there and lighthearted and get Jessica Tanzel to hook you up with so you could have a superpower. Like Jessica would be your superpower.
She sees the past and you see the future. You guys can team up and just blow minds.
Yeah.
Think about it.
Yeah. Okay, moving on. Reese's Cups. More peanut butter or more chocolate?
Oh, I like the even amount. I like them as is. Unless it was dark chocolate, then I'd say chocolate.
The mini cups or the big cups? Because the ratio's off for both. Or
I think the big ones. Not the eggs.
Yeah.
I don't have time for the eggs.
The eggs are weird.
Yeah. And this is the last one. This one might be a little more involved, but it's, what do you collect?
Sadly, leggings, like yoga leggings, is kind of my thing. I'm trying to. I just like organize my closet. I know. Well,
Carlos has
people, they know I'm. I'll give you my hand-me-downs. Woo!
You gotta sew 3-4 together.
My mom works for Puma, so she like gives me a ton of them, but she gives me like extra small and like these crazy vibrant ones. I'm like, it's too much. I like the simple.
Yeah, I have some of those LuLaRoe pants, like for not for yoga, but there's some crazy designs. But I'll just wear them around home because if I walked outside, they would probably throw me in a loony bin. Maybe.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah. So you passed the speed round. You did great. That was amazing.
I think anybody that doesn't hang up on us
support.
passes the speed round, you know?
Yeah. Maybe. Yeah, pretty much.
So stupid.
But Caitlin, this was amazing. Thank you for being on the show with us. Tell us one more time, what's your website, how to get a hold of you, how they can better their lives as hygienists or general public. We have like 2 or 3 listeners out there that may not be hygienists.
Awesome.
She's like, what am I wasting my time here for?
Okay,
we always joke about how we only have a handful of listeners.
No. Yeah, thank you guys for having me on. It was fun. I was actually like oddly nervous at first, and it was just super easy. So, but connect with me, healerswithin.com. You can email me at hello@healerswithin.com or in my Facebook group, Foundation to Freedom.
All right, and there's that Healers with an
say
S.
my name, but there's so many ways to. Yes, Healers Within.
Okay. Awesome. And you're Caitlin Parsons.
That's me.
That's Miss Yoga from San Diego.
Awesome. Well, thanks so much for taking some time and hanging out with us. So we really appreciate it.
Yeah, it's been fun.
Yeah. Thank you guys.
Thank you.
Have a great night.
Be good.
Yeah,
Take care.
Too.
Bye-bye.